Jim Benson here from Personal Kanban and Modus Institute, and I'm here today to talk about something unpleasant, and that's nitpicking, like little nitpicky tasks that you have to get done when you want to get something else done. A nit is basically the egg of lice. It's not something that any of us particularly want to think about, and these little tasks that come and just bug us and not let us get things done, those are pretty apt. They're also pretty frustrating and pretty ugly. So we come in, to work in the morning. We say, okay, well today, I want to get these three things done. But in the back of our heads, we know that there are all these little tiny, maybe each of these is only a 2-minute task. And these are the types of things that we don't put on our Kanban, right? These are the things that are like, oh, I just need to answer that email, or I need to go fill up that coffee thing, or, little tiny things. But in our heads, we're still treating them like they're this. This still has this existential weight on us. And then we start working on some of these things, and then a couple of these nits come up. But if they're not coordinated, if they're uncoordinated nits, then these, things that might take 2 minutes each could take us about a half an hour to do because we're not doing them, in a coordinated or a thoughtful fashion. So we'll do a couple minutes of this, then we'll work a little bit on this, and then this one will come up and we'll do a little bit of that, and then we'll context switch again. So what these represent, even if we don't put them on our board, is bunches of opportunities to context switch. And we would like to avoid that as much as possible. So we wrote a blog post a long time ago about something called Orange Days, where there were tasks that I just didn't like to do, usually accounting tickets, that I would sequester all into the same day. Well, if you did all of these together, and they're all about 2-minute tasks, and there's 10 or 11 of them, they might take up a Pomodoro, or at worst 2 Pomodoros. So what we would do instead is we'd say, okay, you know what, I'm going to create one ticket today, and that ticket is going to say, I'm going to pick the nits, right? As sick as that might sound. And so we'll move that over, and then at some point we'll pull this ticket, and then at that point we'll do all of these little things that we never probably would have put on the Kanban in the first place. We'll just do them. We'll answer all these emails or whatever. And we'll turn this aggregate ticket into the ticket that actually sits on the board. And we'll make sure that we sequester the appropriate time to get this stuff done. So each one of these things represents kind of an interruption that you would create yourself. You know that at some point you have to answer that one email, or that you have to fill out that form, or those little things that just have almost no creative reward to them at all, but we have to get them done in order to get through our business day. So make time for those, do those, and get those to move over as a block so that they don't become opportunities for context switching, which they certainly will. So, this little nit, which doesn't mean all that much, once somebody calls up and says, where is this thing? Then all of a sudden it's urgent and important, and it never deserved that much attention. So make sure that these get the attention they deserve, and absolutely no more, right? So that's today's video blog post.